as you said, Paul. Seton Hall number 5, Immaculata number 4. Seton Hall went to the Parochial A final last year, and they were shut out 2-0 by Notre Dame. And that was an interesting trip that the Pirates made. Swung on and missed. And Zydzunas records his second strikeout of the ball game and second strikeout of the inning. And as we take a look at it, we'll tell you why it was a strange trip. They actually had lost to Bergen Catholic in the Parochial A North Jersey final. But Mike Shepard Jr. was alert to the fact that Bergen Catholic had violated the pitching rule and had pitched an ineligible pitcher who had pitched, I guess, a day or two previous and pitched a complete game in whether it was a state game or a Bergen County game. I'm not sure exactly what the circumstances were, but rightfully so, called up the state, protested, and Seton Hall was awarded the win and the berth in the final. Here's Mike Masella with 2 down. Masella, the younger brother of Rob Masella, who, by the way, is on deck. He is a sophomore. He's the designated hitter this afternoon for Blake Clancy. And Masella batting .220, 5 runs batted in. Pops it up. Should get Seton Hall out of the inning. Cavallo puts it away just on the line for the 3rd out. But in the inning, Caldwell scores a run. They do so on 3 hits. No errors, 2 left on. And after an inning and a half, the Chiefs lead 1-0. I didn't see who's...
The following special announcement is an Earthwatch alert.
Every day, automobile exhaust fumes spew greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. At the United Nations Earth Summit, world leaders will discuss ways to reduce these harmful emissions.
Stay tuned for updates and important developments on Earthwatch, a local view, only on Suburban Cablevision, TV3.
That was a pop handled in fair territory. Our angle not the best here. But I guess since the umpires didn't make a call, it should have been clear. But the replay going out to the break showed it clearly that Masella popped out in fair territory to Cavallo. So let's see what Blake Clancy can do here. He's got a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Continuing our story, Paul, about the playoffs, Caldwell opens up Thursday against Madison. Caldwell seeded number 1, Madison number 8. That's the 3rd time that those two teams will meet. Caldwell shut out the Dodgers 10-0 in the opener, and then they came back and played them again about 9 games later and lost 6-3. So the rubber game of the matchup with conference foe Madison. Chris Kuzin leads things off. And the first pitch is low for a ball. It'll be Kuzin, Carini, and Zydzunas.
Waiting at the top of the bracket, possibly for Seton Hall, is Paramus Catholic.
Fouled off the screen. It's 1-1 to Kuzin. Warm-up action in the Seton Hall prep bullpen. Brian Volker loosening up, and that is as expected. Volker, a junior right-hander. And we were told that Zydzunas would see just 2 innings, and then Volker would come on for a couple. And then we'd probably see Fanning. 2-1 to Kuzin.
Wouldn't be surprised to see one more inning out of Zydzunas. Volker might be just doing some light tossing. Remember, he is playing right field, so he can't warm up while Seton Hall is on defense.
Volker warming up in the bullpen down the right field line.
Right-hander staying loose with Mike Schreiber.
Clancy behind 3-1 to Kuzin. The 300 hitter grounds it down to 3rd. Hapward with the throw across the diamond, and there's 1 down. Hapward did a nice job, Paul, staying down on that ball. And if you do that as an infielder, you'll be successful. Too many infielders are willing to just come up just a little bit.
Nice grass infield here at Seton Hall. Actually, a very nice field here at Seton Hall, even with the short dimensions.
One down, and here's Tom Carini, and the breaking pitch is in there for a call strike.
Of course, in the fall, this doubles as the football end zone.
Carini batting .451, 16 runs batted in. Another breaking pitch, ground ball to short. Mike Quant, and there's 2 down. That ball, I think, caught CeCe on the heel of the glove, Paul. Kind of bounced around a little bit. He had to put the bare hand on it to hold on.
Took a quick look at it after he had it in his glove, as first baseman will like to do.
He's got the two-toned glove over there, the black and brown first baseman's mitt. 2 down for Rhett Zydzunas.
Zydzunas, a member of the Seton Hall football team. Filled in for a little while at quarterback. Stevens injured a little bit during the football season also.
Stevens headed to Tennessee. He's
going to try to make the team as a walk-on.
Try to walk on. Of course, Greg Amsler, former Pirate great, had a fine career at Tennessee, and now a member of the New York Giants, signed as a Plan B free agent a couple of months ago. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Zydzunas with a .244 average. 10 hits in 41 at-bats. He scored 10 runs. He's got 3 doubles and a triple. The team with 56 doubles. And, of course, they benefit from playing here at Verducci Field with the short porch in left field.
They average over 8.5 runs a game.
They've always been a good hitting team. This ballpark, as you said, Paul, earlier, is a hitter's park.
Only about 15 feet of foul territory along the line, so those pop-ups that are in foul territory are more than likely are not going to be caught. Give you an extra life at the plate.
Clancy delivering. Fouled off the screen.
I was just about to mention there's an overhang, of course, over the batter's box, so you're not going to foul out to the catcher.
Yeah, you're not going to get much work in that respect if you're a catcher. You could get, I'd say, what, 1 a year maybe would somehow spin away from that overhang. I mean, you'd have to hit a weird
yeah, that hang really does come well over the batter, so that would, I think 1 a year would be a lot.
Count full, and Zydzunas draws a walk.
Only our first walk of the game, either way. Gee, I know you were looking forward to quite a few walks. You had seen some in Sea Caucus.
Well, we saw 21, to be honest with you, along with 3 hit batsmen. But it was a surprisingly fast game despite that.
I was going to say, I was surprised with that many batters getting on that you're still not there.
Sea Caucus won by a score of 10-2 over Leonia. R.J. Fornaro, the sophomore left fielder, steps in, the left-handed hitter. A little chin music, and Fornaro backs out.
Of course, we're talking about softball. Because in softball, you could virtually get an at-bat, a plate appearance, where you had a 3-2 count and walked on it in the time that we see one pitch in baseball. Because the pitcher takes his time, batter steps out. Softball, get the ball, throw, get the ball, throw.
2-0 count to Fornaro, who is a transfer from Madison. A little bit of a control problem this inning for Clancy. He fell behind 3-1 to Kuzin, walking Zydzunas, and now behind 3-0 to Fornaro. His breaking ball not as effective here in the second inning as it was in the first when he struck out 2 batters.
Took a nice walk behind the mound. Not a hot day at all.
Gorgeous day. Brian Volker continues to loosen up in the Seton Hall bullpen, and a walk.
And Clancy just looks like he's lost it out there. He's just a little bit disgusted with himself, and that will force Colalillo to take a short walk out to the mound. He's not coming down on that curveball. Watch. No break in the back, letting it go high.
So Seton Hall down 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning with runners at first and second, but 2 down. A little bit of a 2-out rally going. 2 consecutive walks. Gary Cordovano, the DH this afternoon, steps in to face the lefty. And Clancy continues to struggle. Clancy has only walked, coming into the game, had only walked 13 batters in 40 innings, but has walked 2 here.
Mike Shepard at third base, a man who carries his notes with him everywhere. He's got all his notes right behind the back belt. You can't see him from there. He's got them hidden. There's the view. See, if you want any information, there's his note card.
2-0 count. Cordovano is going to be taking, and it is 3-0.
Oh yeah, they're going to wait till they get a strike. Clancy just has had trouble with the last 2 batters in particular. You also mentioned Kuzin drew 3 balls before grounding out.
And there's a call strike. Cordovano making a step or 2 toward first, called back by Paul DeCencio.
I think he was just stepping out to just get an eye down third base, see what the sign is. Jeff Edwards obviously concerned.
And it's full now to Cordovano. So the runners will be moving on the pitch. Zydzunas from second, Fornaro from first. Now,
there's a play you might see on Saturday.
Yeah, but in this situation, I don't know that I'm going to do that if I'm Clancy. I'm struggling a little bit with my control. I've come back and gotten 2 strikes on Cordovano, who's the number 9 hitter, who goes after the bad pitch. I was going to concentrate a little bit more on the batter. I guess Clancy does it anyway as he strikes out Cordovano to end the inning, his 3rd strikeout in the ball game. After 2, it's Caldwell 1, Seton Hall nothing.
Enjoy the harmonic sounds of New Jersey's finest barbershop choruses. Tune into the Rahway Valley Jersey Air's Barbershop Chorus, Thursday, June 18th at 9:30 p.m., only on Suburban Cablevision TV3.
Upcoming on TV3, we have the Essex County Track and Field Championship, Saturday the 23rd at 8 o'clock and Friday the 29th at 3 on TV3. You can see the best in track and field action from Essex County, one of the hotbeds for track and field in the state of New Jersey. And among the performances, you will see a record-setting performance in the 3200 by Heather Bury of West Orange.
You'll also see an outstanding run in the 1600 for boys by a Seton Hall student, Mark Kana.
Saw Mark walking through the hallways this afternoon. New pitcher for Seton Hall as Brian Volker has come on and Rhett Zydzunas has moved out to right field. Volker, not a big kid, but has a good fastball. He's got some pop. He's 2-4, 4.06 earned run average. Volker has pitched 31 innings, 29 hits, 29 strikeouts, has walked 21, so control a little bit of a problem. But he's got, as I said, a better fastball than Zydzunas. And the third man we're expected to see this afternoon, Mike Fanning, has a great curveball. So the Caldwell Chiefs are going to see 3 different pitchers this afternoon, 3 different styles. And let's see how the Caldwell Chiefs react to the different styles, if they can make the adjustment.
7th game of the year for Volker, only his 2nd in relief. And as we said, he comes in with a record of 2-4. His most recent decision was a loss on May 12th at Del Barton, a 5-1 decision.
We move to the top half of the 3rd inning. Caldwell with the 1-0 lead, and stepping in for the play-by-play is Paul Spahala.
Thank you, Matt. Volker's last win came back on April 25th, a 6-0 shutout of St. Peter's of Jersey City, a game that was played in Jersey City. Top of the order for the Chiefs, Rob Masella, Quant, and Metaliano. Closed the book on Zydzunas with 2 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. So Masella, the first batter to face Brian Volker. And by the way, defensively, Zydzunas did move out to right field, so no change in the Seton Hall batting order. Volker's first pitch, a fastball for a strike. Rob Masella was in a battle this fall with his brother Mike for the quarterback spot on the Chiefs. Mike eventually won out. Rob played a little running back. 1-1. Volker is from Cedar Knolls. Only 2 of the prep players are from this host town of West Orange, where Seton Hall Prep is located. Volker is playing with a broken nose. Broke it during the season in the Randolph game while bunting. Squared around the bunt. Ball hit the bat right back into his nose. That is why he's not batting today and has not batted for a while. But he is able to play the field and pitch. Zella flied out to center in his first appearance. Takes it outside. Probably a little difficult for the catcher, Chris Cousin, even though he knows it's coming, to have to deal with, at this point, 2, and we suspect at least 3 pitchers for Seton Hall today. Hard hit ball towards third. Dillon fields it there, has plenty of time for the throw across, and a nice play at first base by Cavallo. So Dillon made the great stop on the quick hop, and then maybe rushed his throw a little bit. He had plenty of time to get Masella, but the first baseman, Cavallo, saves him the error.
I think he did, in fact, Paul, rush it just a little bit. Hard hit, one hopper, short hopper that Dillon's able to glove. And he has plenty of time, but shorts it to Cavallo, who does a nice job finding the ball, then finding the bag.
One away for Mike Quant. Foul ball left field. Right field, excuse me.
We're near
down the parking lot.
We're near the Caldwell fans.
I was about to say,
a couple of them came over just to verify that call by Vinny Smith at first, and Vinny made the right call, and they went back to the bench.
I guess the prime parking spaces are those not down the right field line during the spring.
If you know this field, you park behind home plate, which is where I parked this afternoon.
0-2. Down the hill from right field is the parking lot for the students and faculty here at Seton Hall Prep.
If you follow Caldwell Athletics, Paul, the Quant name familiar. Julie Quant, a fine softball player for the Chiefs. Chiefs lost yesterday. They've lost 4 games this year. Bit of a surprise.
1-2.
They lost to North Arlington, a real good team, but 4 losses, and boy, it's tough, and the critics are hard when you say that's a tough year. But you expect Caldwell to always be up there battling for an undefeated season.
Of course, got knocked out maybe a little earlier than they would have liked in the Essex County tournament. Of course, they would have liked to have won it, of course.
Sure.
And then they lost to Whippany Park. No disgrace there. Whippany, one of the best teams, if not the best, in New Jersey. Count is 2-2 to Mike Quant. Quant grounded out to second in his first at-bat. We're in the top of the third inning. Caldwell leads 1-0. And the count is full.
So the second time he's gone full, and Volker battling some control problems coming in from right field.
Payoff pitch to Quant. Off the screen. Volker had been warming up between innings. And since he had been in the outfield, I'm sure he was loose and ready to go. But this is his second batter that he is facing in the game. Again, the 3-2 pitch, ball 4. So he walks 1, and that is the first walk allowed by the prep pitchers today. Again, Zydzunas did not walk anyone in 2 innings.
And Quant's not a real threat. He's only got 1 stolen base. But he's got some decent speed. But he's in that number 2 spot because he's a good contact hitter and a good eye and gives Masella a chance to go. So let's see if they've got maybe a hit and run going with Metaliano.
Jason Metaliano singled. Reached second on an error, but then was thrown out trying to steal third back in the first inning. Again, Caldwell leads 1-0. I'm Paul Spahala. With me, Matt Lachlan. And if you remember Metaliano's hit, it was a hard line drive hugging the left field line. Defense has shifted slightly towards left. Hapward to follow for the Chiefs. Cavallo holding Quant on at first base. Quant gets a nice size lead. And Volker stares him back. Volker on his first inning of relief for Rhett Zydzunas. Quick toss. A little high on the throw. Might have had Quant leaning just a little bit, but the throw was high.
Quant getting a good lead, and Volker concerned by that lead. Perhaps Caldwell has something on here. Metaliano ahead in the count 1-0.
And again, the toss. This one forces Cavallo down to his knees to make the stop.
There's not much room toward the outfield side or the second base side of first base if it gets past Cavallo. It doesn't have to roll very far before it gets into dead ball territory.
Hard hit ball again down the left field line. It is a fair ball. Quant is coming around towards third, and Quant is going to be sent in. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time, and it's a 2-0 Caldwell lead. Stevens' throw to the plate just a bit short. It's short hop Cousin, and the Chiefs take the 2-0 lead.
Dan Romano was waving Quant around early as the second successive at-bat for Metaliano, in which he drills a line drive down the line. Now, Fornaro will have a little trouble picking it up out here. Quant is going to be sent home. Stevens goes out for the relay, and he throws a bullet. And I think the throw might actually have beaten Quant to the plate. It's a little bit up the line, and Cousin tries to barehand it and apply the tag, and it skips off his hand, and going down to third, Metaliano.
A double for Metaliano and an RBI. He'll take third on the throw. Fifth hit for the Chiefs, and they take the 2-0 lead.
Well, we heard so much about this Pirate squad and their hitting, but there are some heavy hitters on this Chief lineup.
For Metaliano, his 9th RBI. Skied in the infield. Dillon makes the call. Stevens also. Dillon has trouble with it, and out at first as Hapward didn't run on the play. Hapward was upset with himself and did not run on the play, and when Dillon dropped it, he quickly picked it up and threw it over to first. Here's a look at it on the replay.
You're right, Paul. Hapward didn't go at all. Confusion on the Seton Hall part. Finally, once they pick it up, they see they have a play, and he is out. Hapward has to slide. He didn't move at all. Disappointed in himself when he popped the ball up, but you have to run it out. That could be a break.
So we'll go as a not-so-simple ground out, third to first, and Gerald Cece steps in. 2 away now in the top of the third inning, and I'm sure that replay alone will take care of any discussions about running out all fly balls. That will need to be talked about on the bus ride home. Cece struck out looking back in the second inning.
You know, it's interesting. College coaches, I don't know that any are here, frankly, but college coaches and scouts, they watch everything. You know, it's not just average. It's not just your pitching arm. They look for everything. And I'm sure Mark knows what he did wrong, but instead of first and third and your fifth hitter up, you've got 2 out and just a runner on third. Big, big break for Seton Hall. Two
away. Metaliano at third. soft grounder hit to Volker, over to Cavallo, and that will end the inning. Caldwell with a 2-0 lead after 2.5. Hello, everyone. I'm Paul Spahala. Each spring, the top 4 high school baseball teams from Essex County gather at Doc Geltz Field in Verona for the semifinal round action of the Greater Newark Tournament. And once again, the TV3 sports cameras will be here, and you'll be able to see all the action on TV3 Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons at 2:30, and then again on Thursday, May 28th at 9:30 in the evening, only on Suburban Cablevision TV3. Always a very popular guest on Sports Talk. Joining Matt Laughlin on the 28th of May will be Barry Halper. Now, you, of course, type this in. You write him down, as he correctly is, the Yankees VP of Baseball Operations. But really, for the most part, nobody knows Barry as that. Everyone knows Barry as probably the premier collector of baseball memorabilia.
Yeah, it rivals and perhaps even exceeds the Hall of Fame collection, and he'll be on hand to talk about that. But also, this year, he has a different role. He had been a long-time minority owner of the Yankees, but with all the turmoil over who would be in charge and lawsuits and dropping of lawsuits, and is George coming back after his 2 years are up in August, and his son-in-law, Joe Malloy, running things out of Tampa. Barry is the vice president of baseball operations. He never had that title. He never had a title per se with the Yankees. So we'll talk a little bit about the Yankees. In past years, when he has been a guest, we have tended to talk about how much is a Babe Ruth uniform or a Joe DiMaggio autograph worth. But now we've got some things to talk about on the baseball side, and we hope you can join us Thursday the 28th at 6:30.
And that is a live show, and you can call in your questions to Barry, whether it be about the Yankees or about memorabilia. 908-636-5333 is the number. Top of the order for Seton Hall, George Dillon leads it off, takes ball 1. Dillon was hit by a pitch to lead off the ball game for Seton Hall, 2-0.
You know, Paul, I'm looking at Mark Hafford down at third base, and I'm thinking, he's thinking to himself, hit a ball to me. Come on, hit a ball to me. Let me get back into it. He wants to, try to forget about what happened last inning, and he wants to atone for that right away.
2-1, and that's part of the problem is you're thinking about that too much rather than just concentrating on your defensive fielding position.